Hi folks. In this video I'm gonna just go through all of the e-commerce backend API endpoint. So this app is called Postman. With this app you can send a request or HTTP request and see the result that comes via the response. And these are all the API endpoints of the e-commerce backend. And what's cool about this is all of these come from my VPS public IP. In my last video I've explained that I've set up a reverse proxy so that I'll send the request via VPS public IP, and that will be rewritten to the Node.js backend. Okay. So that's a cool thing about it. So the first one is a get, and if you send this, it will log you out, and what it does is it will delete the cookie that contains the token. Okay. Signing up is a post, and in the request body you only need to send 3 required fields: the guy's name, email, and plain password. Role you don't need to send, its default value is 0, and 0 means it's a non-admin user. Role of 1 means it's an admin. Okay. So here is this is the endpoint for signing in the user, and to sign in you only need to provide email and plain password. Okay. And if you send this request, it will generate a token and it will keep it as a cookie, and this token you need on some of these API endpoints to authenticate the user. Okay. And this one, what it does, it will fetch the user information like its name, email, role. Okay, it's a get request, and this time you got a path variable user ID, so it will fetch the user that matches this user ID, and it also needs a bearer token as a authentication. Okay. And this token will be the same token that's generated when you signed in. And if you don't provide a valid token, this request will fail. Let's send it. It's giving off the document with the name field Peter. So it's getting user information for Peter. So you know that this variable over here is the user ID that's Peter. Okay. I guess for the sake of convenience, I've set the token that's generated when you signed in as Peter as well. So what's important is the user ID and the token has to match in terms of its user. It has to point to the same user. Okay. Let me just anyway, this is my go at documenting the API endpoint. Okay. These are all the backend API endpoints, and I'll link this in the description. But let's go to MongoDB Atlas. I want to check what the role is at the back end for PETA. Okay, I go to users and locate PETA. PETA's role is 1. Okay, I could demonstrate update user now. Okay, if I send this request body, you can guess that this will revert the role to non-admin user. But it also needs user ID and authorization that matches. Okay. So I guess yeah, that's it. So if I send this, you expect Peter will be reverted to being a non-admin user. Okay, let's do that. It says role is 0 now for Peter. Let's check it at the Atlas fresh. Yep, so you can see Peter's role is 0 now. Okay, but let me just change it back to being 1. Now he's an admin now. Okay. This is a post, and this creates a new category. So in the request body, all you need is the name of the category, and if you send this, it will create a category called React, for example. But this also needs the correct user ID and matching token. Okay. Let me go to list categories. So I've already added I think 4 categories already, 4 or 5. So this get method will list all the categories, and you don't need to authenticate for this. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3. These are all the categories. Okay. So let's get information about a specific category, and as path variable, you have to set which category ID you wanna inspect, and you don't need authorization. So I'm not sure what this category refers to, but let's just see. Yep. So this is a document that yeah, this just gives off information about a category named MySQL. Okay. So if I want to update it, first you need matching user ID and token, and this is a put method, so you can guess what it does. It will update what's been posted before. So just running it as PETA, I guess, and this is the matching token for PETA, and the category ID I've set it here, it's C#. Okay, so in the body, well, let me get the category first. Oops. Okay, if I run this again. Okay. Well, forget that. Update category. Yeah, so if I run this, it will change the name that's previously C# to C++. Okay, let me just go to categories. It's pointing to C++, so you can change its name if you want. So I'll change it to C#. Oops. Okay. Now it's been changed. So you expect this to change, right? Yep, C#. Okay. So let me change it back to C++. You can also delete category. You need authorization, so you're authorizing as Peter with Peter's token. That's what we are logged in as, and you got some category ID. So whatever is in here, it will be expanded here. Sorry, here, and this category will be deleted. Okay. And why you need this portion, the user ID portion, because you wanna authenticate. You're authorizing this delete. Okay. Well, I'll leave you to it. You can also create a new product. As usual, you are authorizing as this user ID. In this case, we are logged in as Peter, admin, and so you got user ID. You're authorizing as Peter with Peter's token, and that's all you need. The payload is in this case not JSON but form data. So you got forms, fields, and value, and you need to provide every field here. Okay, so if you, for example, don't provide name, all fields are required. These error messages are coded in as part of Node server. Okay, so don't worry about it. But what's important is it's form data. So where does this form data come from? It comes from the front end, specifically probably it has a form element with input fields, and each input field are these keys, okay, matching keys, and when you fill in the form and submit it, then it will be part of the request body. Okay. So you got a name, description, price, sold, category, which category it belongs to, like MySQL, you've seen, PHP, React, that kind of thing. Shipping is yes or no. Photo, actually select a photo, and it will be saved in the backend. You got a quantity. I won't create a new one, but that's what it is. Okay. So you created a product. We can update the product. As you can see, the create product was post, but updating is what? Updating is put. Okay. You need the same authorization. So you're authorizing as this user ID. In this case, I said we are logged in as admin is Peter, and Peter's matching token here. And you also need to provide request body as form data that also comes from some kind of form element in the front end, like I mentioned for the post. Same here, like input fields. Each of these are input fields. Okay. So if you change any of these, it will change the product, matching product here. This is product ID that matches the product that you want to update. Okay. Okay, so this is remove product. Same authorization. You are authorizing as Peter, and Peter has a token. Okay. So the method is delete. You don't need anything in the request body. Just delete it. What do you delete? You come to param here. It will delete this product ID to match the product that matches this product ID. That's part of the param here. Okay. If you send this, it will delete the product that matches this ID. So we won't do it here. Now the rest of them are all the search functions. What this does, it's a get. It will, let's send it. Okay, so it will return all the categories that are used by at least one product. So if there is a, I'll show you how many categories we said we have. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? But here only 4 are returned. That means only 4 of them are used by at least one product, and the 5th one, no product belongs to that category. Okay, so that's the function of this. This is a get also. So can you see most of the search functions are get, with the exception of this one. Yeah, so this doesn't need authorization. What about this one? Yeah, all of these don't really need authorization, because you even the unlogged in user need to look at and search for related products. Okay, what this does in the params, the query params are what comes after the question mark. So you got sort by key, you got limit key and order key, and so on. Okay, you fill it in using this convenient form here. The sort by can be for this situation, the way it's set up, sort by can be sold. How many? I'll show you. You go to the product. I'll introduce you to the field. It got sold over here. So what it was referring to is this sold field in the product schema. Okay. Another one that we'll look at later is the price field, and this also the created at field over here. Created at and updated at are auto-generated in this case, because it's set up that way in the backend Node.js. Okay, so yeah, so all of these are, it matches the schema fields in the backend. Okay, for the product model. Okay, so sort by can be sold or created at, I guess, and the limit, well, let me just show you. Just Oh yeah, here it says sort by can be sold or created at, but it just defaulted to this ID. Have a think about this. If sort by is not present here, then it will default to being ID, which means it will sort by the ID, which is this one over here. Oops. Yeah, this ID over here, okay? And the limit is defaulted to 6, so it means even if the search results come that's like, I don't know, more than 6 matches, it will only by default display the first 6. Okay, if you don't provide it in the query parent. And the order is either ascending or descending, but it defaults to ascending if it's not provided. Okay, that's cool. So in current configuration, it will sort by sold, and the order it will be descending, so it will display the document with the most sold and the less sold in that order. And the limit is 20, so it will display first 20 matches, but I think we only got, how many products we have? We got 13, so it doesn't matter, right? So, but if you deselect this, it will only give off the first 6 matches, which is not what we want here. Just send a request. So what you look for is the first has sold of 15, second one has 10, and then you got 7, and then it got 5. Okay, so if you deselect order, what do you expect? I said the default is ascending. They will predictably show the sold that's the least sold, and then more sold in that order. Okay, so now the first one sold is only 5. Okay, it's a different order. And you can also sort by created at. If it's in the descending order, the first one will be the most recent entry, right? But you can just do it, it does it. Well, I'll just show you that. Created at is over here, and you can see it's 3637, 2254, 2216, and so on. Okay, so that's cool. Okay, so let me just see. Yeah, the read product is just a get that just gives off information about the product that matches the product ID. Okay, so what you expect, it will provide the details of this product that matches this product ID. Okay, let me just, I guess, can you see this hash over here is same as this one over here? It just matches an entry with the name MySQL, the complete reference, description, my first MySQL book. That's all it does. Okay, list product by categories and price range from front to end. Okay, so this is a tricky one. It's this one over here. This request gets categories and price range from front end form controls and search products based on these. So Just post. You don't need authentication, as I mentioned, because even a non-logged in user needs to search to read the product that's available for purchase. In the request body, you send in this, and the search results are based on this. So you got options like limit. Skip is useful when you want to go to a next page, like if there's like many results, and for example you only display the first 5, then the next page you need to set skip to 5, right? So that it displays the next 5 and so on. What's important is the filters. In this configuration, the price is set to between $20 to $25, and the category over here, the first one is I think MySQL, the second one is PHP. So what do you think this will respond with? It will respond with all the products that matches this filter. That's the price between $20 to $25 and belonging to one of these categories. Okay, so let me do it. Okay, so it says there are four results. Under the data, they get all the information about each result, each entry. So you can see the price is 25, and category is probably PHP or something like that. Price is 20, 25, 20. Okay, so it's within this range. And let me just check the category. 60, 73 is this one. Same. 79, sorry, 71 is this one, and 71 is this one. So it matches. Okay. Let me just mention that the request body is constructed from the input from the front end. Okay. Like there's a form control for the price and form control for selecting the categories. Like I guess categories could be a checkbox, so you can check multiple boxes and something like that. Okay, all these come from the front end. Okay, this is the last one, last API endpoint. What it does, it will search from backend every product that belongs to the same category as mentioned by this product ID, but not this product itself. So it will only return the related products that belong to the same category. Okay, let me demonstrate. So maybe yes. So can you see there's first PHP book, second book, third, and that's it. So there are 3 PHP books. Okay, I'll get the first one. If you search, perform this search, what do you expect? It will return the second and third book, but not this one. Okay. So let me change it. Okay, so this is the second PHP book. Third, there are 2 matches. The first one is not present in the response body, because as I said, it is this one itself. It's not included in the response. Okay. So I've demonstrated all the API endpoints for this e-commerce backend that's hosted at a VPS, and I'm sending this request from the public IP of my VPS. So that's the whole point. Okay. Now I've demonstrated every endpoint works as expected. Thank you very much.